All right, welcome to the press conference after the only Veikkausliiga game today, KTP Inter. The game ended in a 1-3 away team victory. We have both head coaches present, Jose Ribeiro, Inter, and Gabi, home team. Let's start with the away team coach comments. Feel free to comment.
Tough game, as usually in Veikkausliiga, very even. A bit not surprised, but actually something also to appreciate from our opponent, that they are, even though Kotka is now in a difficult circumstances, but they didn't, let's say, park the bus, making the game more boring and with more mistakes. It was quite open from the beginning. Kotka, they tried to, I think especially in the first half, they were trying to fraction us in the defensive phase, connecting straight with Snyder and trying to separate our midfielders from that position, so we couldn't be very trying to separate them and not close to the second action in order to help our centre backs, and we suffer a bit in those circumstances. But our centre backs are still quite strong, and they managed to control Snyder quite well, and then we adjust a bit that situation and start to control a bit more the game and collecting balls in the places that we were trying or working during the week to do it and have our transitions. We were a bit wrong in those transitions, trying to force the situations too much, missing always one more pass, and the game was there in that moment. In the end, we managed to get the lead in a moment where the game was, from my point of view, in that moment very equal, like I said. I think second half, my feeling was in the beginning of the second half, I got the feeling that we dominate the situation much better, trying to correct that situation that I mentioned before, keeping Anand and Kako much more close to the line back, to our back line, and with a bit more confidence with the ball also when we were leading. I think the goal was very important to feel that more comfortable with the ball, and our players with more quality in intermediate positions start to appear, and I think that's why we got the clear advantage in the end. The last part of the game, I think it was a mix of maybe a bit of conformings from our side, and also the presence of Laaksonen and Tiquinho. It changed a bit the game. They were threatening us constantly in our left side, and we were suffering there because Engström was suffering a bit in the end of the game, physically, conditionally, so we had some problems there to defend, and I think the game was quite... am I talking too much, maybe?
No, please continue.
The game was quite, I think, entertaining for the spectators, and with a couple of nice goals, and like I said in the beginning, one of the reasons is that Kotka is trying to play football, and it's not just playing time and defending their own goal and waiting for something to get the lead. The proposal is good. It's not because Gabri is here. I'm honest. So it was an entertaining game, and we are, as you can imagine, extremely happy with the result, and this result will give us a extra boost for the rest of the season.
Okay, let's talk a little more about the entertainment part you mentioned. The forward trio, Kjellman, Furuholm, Forsell. Pretty dangerous. Happy?
Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna discover now any of them. They are fantastic players with a huge reputation in the league and also with experience abroad, and now the presence of Petteri bring us even a bit more quality in the last third, which in the places where you usually have to win the game. So we are really happy. Today we couldn't play as we usually play with our normal formation. We have to modify our offensive phase, trying to play with Petteri, even though he starts as a left winger, but we try to keep one of our fullbacks low and build with our 3-4-3, but it's not the same because of the lack of center backs that we have today for different reasons. And but of course they are different. That trio that you mentioned before, so they fit very well, and they are working very well during the week. Also Kagayama, Ojala, those are players who are really pushing during the week, and that's making the other ones even better. And we have a good competition there, even with Pan and Chu. So I'm happy with the squad that we have. We start with a very short squad. Now it's getting a bit better. Hopefully it's on time.
All right, then last some insight for the future, like one game SJK, 2 times HJK. What do you think about the upcoming matches?
Well, we've been working since January to have the chance to play these games. I mean, I have a team that sometimes is playing good, sometimes not, but they are very committed with the targets that we mark for us in the beginning of the season. So I'm really glad that we are going to that phase of the season with now 32 points. So we're still close to the places where we want to finish, the places where we feel that Inter belongs, and it's going to be a nice show to meet tough opponents playing for the same objectives than us. So I hope that we can be in a good level, and let's see.
Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Good luck for the upcoming matches.
Thank you.
Okay, let's continue with Gabri. Feel free to comment.
First of all, I appreciate so much the words of Jose to us, because from a really good coach that we get the feedback in these tough moments is also good for us. Yes, we are coming from a really hard moment, even with this quarantine that we have only these 3 days to prepare the game. Also, we know that Inter, they had now a narrow squad because also some injuries and these yellow cards with Hamalainen and this, with Nurmi out, but we know that this versatility that they can have, that they can play with 4 backline, with three center backs, how long they can be with Engström, with Jarvenpa. These moments that also they can have this variability to play with 3 and with one of the fullbacks low, the other high, and from this, how the team, our team, understood the game that we had in this moment and how we compete the first half till the goal. I'm quite proud of our players with the performance that they had after this transition that we had, that we know that German for home they dominate this like hell, and after this goal, when you are in this dynamic, of course, and also you have this problem that you need a lot to create some chances, so always is difficult. Still left 10 games, looks that the team still is believing and pushing its training, its practice, and hopefully we still have some words against the other bottom teams, and we can save the position for the next year.
Okay, the last 10 plus days with the quarantine was quite special. Could you tell a little more about what happened during that time?
Yes, of course it's difficult. You are coming from the 0-4 against 4-0, sorry, against Cubs, and after that it happened this this situation. You have to adapt all the practices to individual trainings to keep the shape, to keep the mind, getting freshness. But of course, always is difficult, and also you are looking the other teams and they are winning, and you are there in home, and of course it is not help. And we were quite excited to arrive on Saturday to prepare against Inter, wishing that we can get the fucking first victory in home, but still we will have to wait.
Okay, a lot of changes in the starting lineup during the whole season. Can you see some permanent starting lineup like forming up?
Right. Today already we had only David because of yellow cards, and Erol at the last moment with some small injury, and also the two players that they had to be still with this COVID time to be back. So we feel that we had one of the strongest lineup that we had, with the players that also they came in. Today Tiki with Johnny, the first one, and they give a lot and freshness to the team, and also from them they cook this goal. So the perspective that we have from the staff is that the team is every time harder and more competitive, and hopefully still we are on time to change the situation.
Okay, the next Honka. How do you see that match, and any special about Honka you want to mention?
Yes, now they are also in some dark moment. They are losing some player. Went away, and looks that the last scores weren't really good, but still is a really tough team that in that moment. But of course, always is hard to play there in Honka, in Espoo, and hopefully we can fight for the 3 points.
Thank you, Kavi, and good luck for the regular season and then the continued matches. Any questions to either of the coaches?
I think they talk enough. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Kavi.
Thank you.
Bueno, gracias. Suerte.